at all.
Yeah.
I am personally like waist deep in like buckets of caffeine right now, so that's how I'm conquering my allergies. Pure
Bring
caffeine.
It. Go.
Yeah.
Power through.
Yeah. Stimulants and a
The
live
opposite
stream.
of a Benadryl. Or Benadryl knocks you out. Caffeine will keep you going.
I decided to just feel all the allergies at once. That way I feel none of them. that's the secret.
Game dev fuel, right?
Yeah, oh man, I mean, how many game devs have thanked caffeine, you know?
Right.
I mean, I think, what was it, Don Hertzfeld that did it back in the day? The guy that did the rejected cartoons of Shared.
He was a genius, actually. He's done some excellent work. If you guys don't know Don Hertzfeld, go check out his work. Oh man, like before his time, I swear.
Yeah.
He did all of this stuff on like, it was hand-drawn animation, no computer. It was like pencil and paper.
Oh yeah.
Excellently done. And clever, simple, but just great humor.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you feel that way too, man, because I think he was deeply unappreciated in his time, and he got like kind of robbed by a couple other like bigger companies that were supposed to be like partnering with him.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was. It's an infamous story that not a lot of people know about. He was gonna rejected the really famous cartoon he did with like, you know, all those weird little skits. Adult Swim bought the rights to show it on air, and they advertised that it was going to be live for like weeks and weeks and weeks. It was like, Don Hertzfeld's rejected. You're going to watch it at like midnight. It's going to be amazing. And then the day came, and 5 minutes before it was going to air, they cut it, and they just replaced it with a completely different video with zero explanation. So 2 weeks of marketing for them to just not even show it. And it's wild because like I was always wondering why the hell that happened, and Darren Hertzfeld ended up doing an AMA years later, like 10 years after this happened, or it's more like 5 or 6 or 7 years after it happened. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey, can you explain what happened there?" And he actually answered. I was like, "Whoa, okay, thanks, guy."
Oh, crazy.
But essentially, what happened is the very last minute, Adult Swim got cold feet because of the bleeding anus joke. So they were like, "We're just not gonna do it." And I'm like, Adult Swim got cold feet over that?
That's interesting.
Are you kidding me? Like, what? So, yeah. Oh, to answer...
Gengar asks...
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. No, say it. Go for it, please. Yeah.
Gengar asks if Fofi is in the server and when the next beta is.
So the beta is going to be July, but pretty soon, just a couple weeks. And Fofi, I believe, is in the server, but I'm not allowed to tell you who they are, because their account is their not public one. So guess away. Hey, Austin. Hello. And I'm not trying to be like
I'm also
cheeky. Oh, Danny. Hey, holy crap!
Yeah, so we've been here. I know nobody did.
Hey, welcome aboard.
Hello.
Snuck in.
So yeah, we're pretty much just going to play the demo the same way we did last time, but at the very end, I'm going to show off a new build with some new stuff that we can talk about. But for now, we can talk about a little bit of the in-between with some new people that weren't here for the previous stream. So, Sid, Danny, I'm probably going to talk to you a lot. Brandon, deal with it. No, I'm just kidding.
I can handle rejection.
So, really, just boringly equipping some specials and stuff to get my basic gear set here. Actually, I want to stick the Big Bell special. Oh yeah, that's that. So I'm once again playing on mouse and keyboard. Any updates on the French accent? Like I said before, we'll probably be doing something like that. So yeah. And yeah, the yo-yo cores up there is my favorite too. There's a reason you get it early on, is because it can be really, really powerful with the right other synergy there. Not to mention, I just like pulling enemies over to start wailing on them. It's funny because like there's actually a couple people that have been streaming the demo during Next Fest. That one guy, Gearbox, Gear something, Gearhead. He did a stream like 2 or 3 days ago, and while I was watching him, I was like, this is really cool, but like he never meleeed. He would like pull people over and then just try to get a core to like hit him again. And I was like, oh man, why do I only have to see this like after the fact? Not that it matters. It was more of just like it's one of those cases where you're watching the stream and you're like, can I just like help you there, man? Like, I just want to tell you what to do. So, Brandon, last time we were talking a bit about the animations of the fuzzballs, like these crazy guys here and all the fun shader work he did. Do you want to talk at all about the fun you and Sydney had making and animating Stick and Graph? Because there is a lot to talk about there, to say the least.
True, actually. Oh man, where do we start?
Yeah, right?
So Stick was actually, Stick was actually the first character that we decided to work on, which I feel was a really smart idea because, you know, Stick's kind of the main character here. And it would also give us more time to iterate if we needed to. And so once we kind of fleshed out Stick, the original few designs, we had so many iterations.
Yes.
But I actually feel like that drove us further with the more we would iterate Stick, the more we learned about the rest of the characters, oddly enough. We came up with some systems about using, about how to animate the face using eye cards and mouth cards and things like that. And as we kind of fleshed out that system, it translated to other characters pretty well. And interestingly enough, a lot of the characters I'd done in the past did not have that system. And what's nice about it, though, is that we can have so much more freedom with what the mouths and eyes look like, because literally we're just drawing a new drawing over the top, right?
Yeah.
And Sydney, I think we have 8 mouths on Stick, right?
Yeah, he has the most.
Yeah, and then we can go in and you know, just draw a new mouth if we need to, right? We've got 8 slots to fit in, you know, different drawings. So
Oh yeah.
that's been
We
fun.
could add more if we wanted to.
Technically, yeah. Actually,
we could get
Go
nuts.
nuts.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Danny's the one that figured that magic out. I know we were kind of worried about like how many we should possibly include,
That's
but
Combat
8 seems
too.
to be
Yeah,
doing pretty well so
fighting the
far,
big
at least for
red
the
guy,
main
aren't you?
characters, you know.
yeah, he's impossible.
Yeah, and it's a scalable system. I will add to that. It is scalable in a sense that you can add as many as you want. I just gotta alter the script, which allows you to work with the control rig. But
Yeah.
8
yeah.
was a medium number, I think. But I don't think any characters particularly need more than 8 mouths and 8 eyes. But if they do, let me know.
Yeah. Deal. Yeah.
The stream turns into a meeting.
Yeah,
to
right.
discuss.
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. So,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
So what you guys work on this week? How's it going?
Seriously. And it's also kind of what
Actually, I
happened
need
when I went down
20 mouths for Stick now.
Oh no.
This is where I'm gonna tell you, Danny. It's yes. It's
Oh no. Too many mouths.
if
It's a secret.
so
Page 70.
first of all,
So what are we talking
the
about?
live action here I don't want to discount real quick, but yes, it is Street
These
Combat,
weekends and
legally
past-
distinct, and everyone remembers Street Combat instead of that crappy knockoff Street Fighter that no one cares about.
Yeah,
It's
no
not
like
Not like they have 6 games plus a million side games that everyone forgot about. But yes, it is our little fun nod to the fighting games that got us here.
Just cheat.
And
but also a legally distinct NES controller. I mean, what?
yes, oh it is. It is
Right.
definitely legally distinct, and there's not at all a reason why you only see the back of it. You know, no,
Exactly.
that's not that wasn't intentional at all. Quick shout out to Chloe here. She did an amazing job. She's also in the server. She's jumped in from time to time to say hello.
Especially when you're in a
Including
tough spot like
yesterday,
this.
she was just thanking us for doing the last stream and showing off the fun video she's in.
Boom.
So yeah, she really did an awesome job, and we're excited about the next couple videos that she's in that no one's seen. And yeah, oh, so who did the art? That was Justin Booth. That was our artist, Jay Booth himself. That guy is crazy talented. And it was funny because it was based off of my fake cover. So that strategy guide you see in there, I made that prop myself. And I was like, bro, you need to illustrate this, but make it look real. And he's like, no problem. And then this is the result right here. So, yeah. Oh, and also, just to go back, it looks like, thank you. Oh, hey, Tailspinner, thank you. Appreciate the compliment there. I think our team here is pretty fun to talk to and hang out with. But to answer Prob's question, yes, we will eventually get a biblically accurate Traff and Stick. They're going to be made out of all eyes. They're going to be on fire and constantly rotating with wings. It's
Yes.
going to be the hardest quest in the game to get that, but yes. So now that we have the finishers, I always have this like weird thing where I just like suck at doing them right after I get them. Also, this game is way harder to play and talk about as you play. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna go with I'm good at this game, guys. I swear. Don't. Yeah. Also, it's funny to show off how we kind of adjusted the sword ability a bit with the fact that we actually get launched when we use it a little bit there. But, Sid, since you were here, do you want to talk about that little green goober and how you got that little buzzsaw thing to work? That?
Oh, well, so that's a mix of 3D and 2D, and so I just animated the green guy. I animated the start of it and the end of it, but the spinning part is, yes, it is Green Sonic. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, there is a Green Sonic, and their name is Manic. I'm not even joking.
Oh.
That is more accurate Sonic lore. Don't ask me why I know.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
You just know everything, that's why.
I grew up in the 80s, and for some reason my brain revolved around just memorizing all of pop culture, and I've been broken ever since. But yes.
Well, the green spinny part, I actually did base it off of Sonic. So,
Yeah.
I used a sprite sheet from one of the Sonic games, and I didn't copy, but I looked at, like, studied it, and I was like, okay, so they use only 3 frames for when he's, and so that's what I did, but I made it green.
Oh, cool. So like old school Sonic sprites then, like the old Genesis, like, you know, number 1 and number 2. That's smart.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And then the current ham lore is we're gonna go see some haunted ham coming up here with some luck.
Ooh.
Yeah. The spooky ghost ham. We have to put in a... You missed it last time, Sid, but we agreed to put in a quest where you turn a doodled pig back into ham and vice versa. So.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah,
that poor thing.
But we got a name for him already, which is Hamuel. Apparently, we're gonna get a little
Hamuel?
pig pet. Yeah, we're gonna turn Ham into a pig, and that pig will be our friend, and then that friend's name will be Hamuel.
Will they experience death and birth over and over again?
You know, we were talking about biblically accurate lore, so yeah, sure, why not? You know,
Oh, goodness.
let's just get weird with it. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I don't know. I think there'll be room for Hamuel, but you know, time might have to tell.
You bring him back from being a ham, and they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I have seen things that you will not understand.
You cannot comprehend the
I feel like-
universes I have seen.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys understand this, but Blink Inside takes place inside the Blade Runner universe. You know, just you think that Hannah's a human drawing cute cartoons with her dad. In reality, she's a replicant. She's 100% replicant.
That's good.
Oh man, it's so hard to make jokes about Blade Runner and play this game. Oh crap! No!
Can
Trash!
Samuel escape the cycle of death and rebirth, or is he fated to be broken upon the wheel of Dharma again and again?
Oh, definitely that last one. That's for Hamuel can never live nor die. That is.
Gotta give that to Prob Goblin.
Yeah, seriously.
What a great way to advertise the game.
100%. 100%. Oh my god. Hey, that's a great idea, Gengar. The Street Combat game guide is like a real thing of merch. We're actually looking at some possible real merch right now, and I haven't even told people in this chat right now on stage. I haven't even talked to them about it. But I think I mentioned we're gonna do plushies, right, guys? I think I told that at one point.
No, you
What?
didn't. And I found out from our friend Chris Graham during a meeting. And he said, oops, I don't think I was supposed to say that. And I said, I don't think you were either.
Well.
So I have a question. Since you are an Arizona-based company, nominally, I know you have people all over the country. And in Tucson, just a few hours down the I-10, there is Fangamer, who does physical releases for games such as Undertale and other popular games.
Ooh.
Has there been any discussion about them doing some a physical version of this? Because I would absolutely love to have a tattered copy of Street Combat on my shelf. the guide to it.
That would be pretty cool. And I'm not gonna lie, we got so you know, a certain really close and amazing friend of mine told me about this company. Not gonna name names, looking at some people here already. But I actually have emailed them and we were talking about it. It does get a little complicated in that I can't really talk about it right here because it involves some NDA stuff. But there is a really
then
good
say
chance.
no more.
Yeah. I'll say this.
But say more in hypotheticals.
Yes, in hypotheticals, there is a very, 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 very good chance we'll have a physical release of Ink Inside. The only reason I can't talk about it is because it has to do with what system it's going to be on. So we won't get a PC physical release unless we want to get really weird with it. But we will likely have a physical release. Dun dun dun. Put 2 and 2 together if you want, but you didn't hear it from me. But let's really start talking about what's important, and that's first of all, Crying Girl. The real thing that's important is we need to talk about what plushies should we make. That's the goal with this stream. Yeah, because right now we have some options, but I'm curious. Before I even talk about them, what are you guys thinking? Of all the cute little doodles we got, what's the cutest thing we'd want as a plushie?
Camille.
Well, what characters are we allowed to talk about right now?
Honestly, pretty much anything that isn't in a high school that I can't talk about.
Nah. Okay. I really want a fat bat.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I was. I hate to say it because it's kind of a more complex character, but I think that would be a really fun one to have.
If we do an easy one, Cloud Boy.
Yes.
Hunted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kind of what Gengar's saying. The little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd buy a fat bat.
Hells yeah. Awesome.
Seriously, yeah. And actually, speaking of bats, when we were talking about pets last stream, I would like the idea. I don't know how plausible it is to build it in, but if we did have pets that you could collect, even just a handful of them, I think we should have a bat. We should have a bat for a pet.
Oh, we should totally have a bat for a pet. Yes.
We should have a bat for a pet.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
So we know what? We can actually talk about that very, very soon because at the end of the stream, I'm actually going to show off the jobs that you guys know about now but haven't seen. And there's a really good chance that we can involve a lot of the pets with those jobs. Basically, once you finish a job, you now have a pet that follows you around. Or something similar. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
That's one of the ideas I was toying with after the stream on Wednesday, but yeah, more to discuss there. But I think it's possible. Ham
You think that would the pet do anything, or would they just be there?
Oh no, they would totally do something. We could get weird with it too. We could have a pet that literally does nothing. So we have the useless pet. Maybe we have a fish pet. So we have a fish core and a fish pet. Ooh, I just launched that orange guy to space.
No, that would be so sad. Oh my god. Oh wait, I was imagining the fish core being a fish bowl, and every time you throw it, it just breaks, and then the fish dies.
Oh no.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
I thought the last stream got dark. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. We were just talking about resurrecting ham.
Remember fish shoes.
Fish shoes?
They were around back in the 70s briefly.
Oh, like the shoes that you'd slip on that looked like fish?
No, the ones that had little aquariums in the heel.
Oh! Oh yeah, the one
that is
Steelers
cool.
football player. He what was that famous football game where he wore those shoes? But they had the immaculate reception or interception or whatever the hell they called it. All right, so I'm old. I'll just stop talking about football.
I swear I saw that in a film at some point. There was some disco thing going on, and somebody had a goldfish in the heel of the boot. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
What?
Yep, those are what I was thinking about. So that, but a core, and the fish is aware of this.
But only for 30 seconds with its 30-second memory. Right?
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah. So every 30 seconds they're like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah. What does this become?
It cycles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what's fun is that this shield and anything that gives you any kind of perk is stackable, and I'm just letting people know because if you just keep blocking stuff, see that little fist that keeps getting higher in different colors? Eventually you can get that thing to be way too powerful. And right now I can pretty much, if I don't get hit, which I just suck at right now, if I can actually block these things and get my perk up high enough, I could basically one-shot these guys pretty easy. I wanted to say that and make it sound cooler than it was, but since I totally messed up, I'll try it in the next fight. Oopsie. Yeah. Oopsie poops.
You did better than me though.
That's true. That's true. What's funny is our friend in the audience here, Handle Smasher, asked a pretty damn good question, which is basically about the Steven Universe box. If we had the rights to do that, yeah, I would totally do that. Ooh, we got the...
I love.
Yeah.
You're just absolutely wrecking them.
Oh, that's nothing. That's
Right.
like... That's what happens when I'm not talking and I'm like focused on playing.
You're so
I also
focusing.
like... I really like the detail that Autumn added where when they turn 2D and they're like... they get soggy again, but it like loads up. I didn't notice that the first time while fighting them because I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
But after a while, I was like, oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so. It's, we were talking about, like, basically second health bars. Because, you know, what RPG is worth its salt that doesn't have enemies that just all of a sudden have a second health bar. So, we basically came up with this idea based off of some of the other mechanics we were talking about. You know, we mentioned before that we were going to try some, like, traditional dodgeball mechanics, quote-unquote. And what's interesting is we're still planning on something like that, but it's going to be a while. So in the meantime, we're like, hey, second health bar. And it actually ties into what we wanted to do at the very beginning, which was have the enemies, like, physically show you how much water is left in them. So that little, like, timer that fills up is basically our attempt at doing that. Oh, that was really crappy timing. There we go.
Oh no, trap.
Oh, pro gamer moves! If I get this core and don't miss, these guys are screwed. Oh, crap. Oh, please don't hit me, please don't hit me.
There's so much happening right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad, guys.
Right.
Ooh, double jump. Hey, look, they all got absolutely annihilated.
Yes,
Oh, crap! No! I saw that. No!
Oh no, you need the boombox.
Yeah, I really do. Wait, don't I have that? I think I do. Ooh, hey! Look at that. You know what? Sid, thank you for that.
You look.
I should remember the items in my own game.
I use the boombox a lot because I'm really bad at blocking and then also aiming with the sword.
Oh yeah. The sword is definitely like the hardest thing to get used to, but it is also like the most rewarding. It's just it takes some time to get used to. And also, Gengar has a good point about the bosses in Pizza Tower. Definitely inspired a bit by that, I'm not gonna lie. It's funny too because, man, I did not think for a second that Pizza Tower would blow up like it has, but I'm glad it has because it's a amazing like copy of the old Wario games that they just stopped making.
I need to play it because I see chat talk about it a lot, but I just haven't gotten around to trying it out.
It's pretty impressive, Sid. I think you'd like it because of, if anything, the animation. Like, there's a ton of really awesome hand-drawn 2D animation in it. It's, you know, not everyone's style. It's like kind of a sloppier cartoon style. But since the whole game's that way, I think it works pretty well, at least, you know, thematically. Yes, exactly. That's accurate. Yes, alright. Oh yeah, but this boombox that breaks projectiles is hella useful. Especially for these like bigger Sog, because you can just drop it down, they basically can't hurt you. For now, until they start doing their melee moves, which, let me tell you, that's gonna suck.
Oh, you know what I realized is the boombox. I think I like it a lot because it's like Well of Radiance, which is the Solar Warlock ult in Destiny.
Oh yeah. This is gonna become a Destiny stream at this point.
So we're gonna play Lightfall.
Yeah!
We're gonna do a div run and Garden of Salvation. We need a 7-hour stream.
100%. That's Ink Inside / Bungie showing off the new Destiny content in the dungeons.
Ink Inside X Destiny when?
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, yeah, let me just call up Bungie. Hey, you guys want to do some cool exotic weapons based off dodgeballs?
Can we put ghosts in our game?
I think we can.
Oh my gosh.
We'd have to call them something else, you know?
Well, I mean, isn't Ghost just a generic name enough? Like if we...
You'd think, right? You really,
yeah,
really
maybe.
Think, yeah.
Is it, I mean, let's just not draw them like other people have, I guess.
True.
Hamuel is a ghost.
100%.
Oh,
There we go.
Lord.
Ghost pig.
Ghost pig.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's amazing.
Also, I gotta give a quick shout out to Sid and your wonderful work on Bradley here. Even though Bradley has become a very forgettable character that no one seems to remember because he's at the end of the demo. You want to talk about the nightmare it was to put this character together?
Oh my goodness. Well, now that I've been experimenting with spine, I really wish we just used spine animation for that.
Yeah.
It is so much better. But so Bradley's stick was made in Unity using their 2D sprite animator and also 2D rigging system. Spectrals. I've never heard of that, but let me write it down.
Ooh, good
I'll
call.
check it.
Yeah.
But so the problem with Bradley and any other NPC stick character like that we would want to add is they take up so much game power.
Yes.
So we can only have one. And I have a feeling it's because of the alphas, but yeah. And animating in Unity, if anyone wants to try it, it is just tedious. Tedious as heck because you can't just move something and it's like, yeah, it animated it. You have to press the record button and then animate it. And if I had a nickel for every time I forgot to press record but just started moving things around to make a pose, I'd have at least 10 nickels.
At least 10.
Which isn't a lot, but it's kind of funny that it's that many, you know? That you had to do it that many times. Yeah. Also, yeah, thank you, Real Pretender, for the recommendation for Spectrals.
I just have to say, someone I'm hoping to see more of soon is the Vampire Princess.
Oh, yes.
I love how she turned out. And
Same.
so you did such a good job animating her.
How you both did. Like, we have the three key team members here that made Vampire Princess awesome. Yeah, Danny, Sydney, and Brandon. Brandon, your model was flawless. Danny, I can't believe you got the rig to work so you could flap her little wings and turn down the hood. And they said, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, I'm upset because I really want to show off Vampire Princess way more, but considering we can't yet because, you know, we gotta get farther in the game. Yeah. But it's funny that you say that, Brandon, because it's not really spoiler, but spoiler. She is heavily featured at the beginning of the full game. So, you know, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. She's basically bookends the game in a certain way. She's the first like kind of cooler princess you talk to, and then near the end she's also a fun little piece of lore and has a big piece of the wrapping up the last quest, so to speak. And yeah, I'm just excited to get her and a few of the other princesses in the game too, because they just all turned out so good. You guys did a crazy job. Her and Werewolf Princess are just like, man, you knocked it out of the park.
She was fun. Cool. She was fun. That hair, the hair got a little hairy, but
yeah.
She was fun.
Oh, it is difficult. All right, so I'm gonna go down here to the whole challenge mode area. Oh no, that goes back. All right, so should I like play serious, like for reals, like super hardcore serious to see if I can beat this next area with like 0 effort, or should I like try to talk during it again? Because that worked so well last time.
I mean, we can talk if you wanna focus.
Yeah, we
take the reins.
Oh no, I'm mainly joking because this next part is like hard as heck, and I'm sure I'm gonna die like hard. But you know what? It's fine. It's okay. But I wanted to say. Oh wait, hold on. I thought that. Didn't I? Oh, that's right. I changed these areas around. So okay. So never mind. I have to go a very, very roundabout way to get to where I want to go. In that case, let's talk about other stuff. Namely, this little margin area cutscene here is, I wish I could, like, force it to happen in some ways, but since, you know, you gotta give players the option to go wherever they want, not a lot of people, like, got to see this right away. And it's fun because it sets up basically like a little bit of the lore of the world and how, hey, if the characters are in the margins and they start wandering away from the doodles, they start losing their magic 3D-ness, which is why you always see them like flat and stuff. Yeah, like that. Okay, so let me see if I can backtrack then and fight some older fights. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, do I? Oh, okay. It's...
Man, I get so lost all the time in
Oh,
this
really?
game.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, thanks, I guess?
Yeah. I forget where the tears go, like,
Gotcha.
as soon as I go in them, and I'm like, wait.
Yes. That's...
Where
Hey,
am I?
totally understandable. Yeah, we're working on that map system, so we'll have something to...
I think that'll
Oh,
help.
yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That'll help a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And the main reason
Because it's a big game.
Oh, it is.
Map-wise.
It's... Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's funny because I keep having to, like, crunch the map down. Like, this whole area used to be twice the size.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be twice the size again in, like, the full version of the Fuzz area. The Fuzz Forest. But, for now, we just cut it back because I didn't want the demo to be, like, 4 freaking hours long. So...
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, for a demo, it's nice to have something, like, you know, concise and playable. You get, like, a sense of accomplishment. And
Yeah, and basically short and sweet, like, introduce the main mechanics and that. And, you know, we're still refining that demo, and I'm gonna basically change it into, like, what's essentially the quote-quote pilot episode of the game. So, even when we have a full released version of the game, you can still play episode 0, so to speak, and get a little view of the demo. And I love the changes we made to the Big Ball special, because this thing absolutely rips now. Like, it breaks armor, does, like, a ton of damage, and, like, yeah. Hey, get back here! Aw, crap.
I don't have many animations where I'm like, yeah, that was my favorite one, but the cranky animation,
Yeah!
the fuzzballs, is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Feeling it now.
We got, it's funny because that cranky animation, I remember we kept wanting you to push the arms out more, so they would just be, like, flailing their arms further and further out. You know, right here where they're just going, like, I know he's gonna do it soon here. Oh, he's very slowly pushing that box. We're just gonna watch him do this. No, hey, what are you doing? Push that box. Stop trying to hit me. Just push the box. No, push the box. You gotta get back there, man. You know, you can do it. Oh, there he goes. Oh, wait, okay, he's supposed to butt slam me. Bro, come on.
Fuzzville Moving Company.
There. Yeah, right.
They slowly push boxes.
They slowly push the boxes. Oh man, that's funny. I'm gonna see if I can actually start using this bat to a little bit better of effect. Oh, oh yeah, so basically episode 0. That's basically the demo, so if you've already played it, you've essentially gotten the same experience that you'll get in episode 0, so to speak. But on the full game, when it comes out, there'll be like little titles that pop up in the game that show like, hey, what technically part of the game you're on. It'll say like episode 1, episode 2, and there is going to be a map, like just to be clear. But we do start you off a little blind. You know, we don't start you off with the map. You have to get it. It's one of the artifacts you get. But yeah. Oh yeah, the secret dialogue and the random places. We just wanted to make it like fun to explore. So if you just poke around the world, there's different ways you'll be rewarded. It won't always be with like loot, but every once in a while it will be with yeah, exactly, like Rob said. It'll be with just random interesting little tidbits. And oh man, it's perfect that you asked that because there are so many little spots, especially back here. Like everyone knows about the little secret sword down here. But in addition to that, there's actually, you know what? There's one that there's a few I can show off now that not a lot of people even know about. Like, Sid, do you know about the... I'm not making fun of you, Sid, but do you know about the allergy joke we have in here?
Is it when he goes in the bushes and he's like, at you?
Yeah, he's like, hey! Hold on, let me see if I can pull it off. Of course not. Yeah, yeah.
My favorite one is the beautiful painting behind that building. The first time I encountered that, I laughed so hard.
Have you ever looked at it with Traff?
No.
Okay, so like, hey, pro tip, a lot of the little conversations in the game actually do change based off of who's in your party. And especially at the beginning here, when you start with Stick, there's a little bit of difference if you come back with Traff and what will happen. So like that little Easter egg, I'm pretty sure is right back here. So let's see what happens now that Traff's in our party. Traff, are you seeing this? I am. Someone's created the most beautiful piece of art I've ever seen right on the back of this house. Yes, truly life-altering. How did they even do that, do you think? Do you see what they did right there near the top? That doesn't even seem possible. You've never seen glitter? Glitter?
You've never seen glitter?
Yeah, don't tell anyone I told you about glitter.
Oh my gosh.
So what's funny
I
is
love Traff.
yeah, right? You remember the other special that you're working on with the shiny sparkle? So 100% we're going to turn glitter into an item that you get. And in order to get that special, you have to basically give someone a bunch of glitter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Who wants to collect glitter? Yay! Oh man.
It's gonna be just like a little pouch, like one of those like cartoon money bags or something, like full of glitter.
Oh, it might be.
Yes, and it's covered in glitter because there's no way to clean up glitter.
Right? No, it's
like,
true.
Sorry, this is all you get, just glitter. Oh man.
Okay,
that'd be too funny.
maybe just because like I get ideas and I spout them off, but like, what about like a glitter core, like a glitter bomb?
Ooh, okay.
That you throw it and it explodes and then glitter goes everywhere. I don't know how we pull this off. I mean, Autumn would kill me for saying this, but
I'm pretty sure Autumn would kill you, but also hug you because that's a great idea.
Yes.
I don't know, glitter bomb. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do that. One of the other Easter eggs is if you get on top of these houses. Let me start off with. Let's see if I can get up there with stick. Get up on the house! Up on the house! No! Alright, there we go. I can see my house from here. You don't even have a house! And then, if you do it with Traff, though, it's only okay when I do it. But don't tell anyone. And then, yeah.
I love her character. Just the personality is just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Little salty sweet.
Right.
And so now she's a thief. Just stole all the stuff from the...
She's a little klepto.
She is. I mean, who isn't these days, you know? You gotta have some fun. So speaking of ham, let's get the ham lore here.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, this
Hand it up.
good old ham lore. Oh hey,
Maybe we should have multiple different versions of ham. Like a honey baked ham, a black forest ham, a smart ham, a dumb ham.
Oh man. What if
a science ham?
Oh, this is dangerous, Sid. You're going down
A vegan ham.
Special combo involving spiral cut.
Yeah. The ham pretender.
Spam!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
We're gonna have. Speaking of ham, let's start the ham lore quest right here. Hamposter.
A hamster.
Ooh,
Oh, hamposter.
oh,
I read it
goodness.
as a hamster.
I like, but Sid, hamster. That's too good. Can you see?
I mean,
Yeah.
Are you picturing what I'm picturing? Which is just like ham with a bunch of hamster legs and a hamster face. That's.
Oh, I was imagining a literal hamster, and they're like, why does everyone keep wanting to eat me?
No. No one likes a sad ham. Here's where the ham lore starts. This is where you start the ham quest, and then you gotta collect all the different types of ham. There's 5, and then you gotta put it in the ham gauntlet, and then you can basically do a ham snap and summon Hamtaro. That's how that quest ends. The one and only hamster, you know? You're already going down that road.
I mean,
It's true.
if we're gonna add pets, I mean, who doesn't want a hamster for a pet?
Yes, right? Also, I can't help but just hit these bookshelves now that they shoot out books. It's too fun.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all of that. Like all the things you can throw the cores at, and like it disrupts like just all these little things. It's great.
Oh yeah. And Sydney, you did an awesome job just like adding the tiniest of animations to stuff. It just really feels better. Like even the popsicle stick fences and stuff, you know?
Oh, thank
So,
you.
yeah. Well, you did awesome work.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the other dumb little Easter eggs. There's a few. I know there's one over here that's like Stick getting really excited about a stump. I think you have to like jump
There's
on
the
it, though.
bee.
There it is. Stump! Yeah, Stick. Yeah, I don't know if the bee one works.
And
Yes.
a picture of Patrick Stump shows up.
Yeah, right? But there is a secret bee right there. And that might have to do with something later on, maybe. We'll see. Maybe.
Ooh.
Ah. I hate it. But talking about so much ham makes me really want to actually do like a ham quest. Also, let me see if this works.
Also makes me want a ham sandwich.
Yeah, right, ham sandwich. So, not to spoil anything, but very, very, very soon, certain cores will be able to interact with the world and actually change it, including like opening up new doors or opening up like locked things. So this bomb core will eventually be able to blow up bigger rocks, and we have it working, but I don't think I've set this rock to actually blow up yet. But for anyone watching, you can blow up this rock in the full game, and there's gonna be something really cool there that you probably already have seen in the demo. But it's something really cool. Remember, it's there. Also, this little area right here is totally traversable. Ooh, hold on. We have new ham lore that just dropped in chat.
Uh-oh.
Make them episodes, ham episodes. So, episode 1, the Spectral Oinker. Episode 2, Attack of the Hams. Revenge of the Vegans, A New Porker. The Snout Strikes Back. Return of the Hammers. The Fant-Ham Menace. That's what that one needs to be called.
That's
sorry.
amazing.
Thank you. I will see myself out. Alright, so if I'm right, I should be able to do these fights again. Yeah, here we go. So I'll just redo a few of these fights. Just until we get to the spot where I can show off some of the newer content, so to speak. But, I was gonna say, I know we haven't talked too much about, like, hey, making of, or this. So how about instead I just ask you guys, specifically if there's a particular character you really enjoyed working on that you might want to talk about? And as long as it's not, like, again, high school related, we should be fine.
Well, I don't think we've been worked on anyone in high school
setting
yet.
True.
I don't think those are, like, they haven't been pushed through the pipeline yet, have they?
They have not.
Okay.
Very soon they will be, and funny enough, the first one is based off of someone here in this chat named Handle Smasher. So, so yeah, there's some
High School Musical.
it's funny.
Yes!
I'm gonna get really close to the mic, so you understand when I say that you're really close when you say that.
This feels so intimate.
Yeah, see, I've never had a microphone like this, so I wanted to lean in when I finally could.
That was so up close and personal.
Yeah.
I really felt that.
Thanks. You're welcome. I think. I don't know. Yeah. Also,
Next, you know, he does a cartoony, like, reaches his hand through the mic.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I mean, I felt that, right? Didn't you, Sid? Did you, Kenny? Did you?
I felt his breath on my neck.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, don't tell me he's right behind me.
He's right behind me. Oh no! Is that another flash? Yeah, I'm okay. This one was nearly as painful.
Well, sorry, what were you gonna say, Richard?
Oh, no, you're fine, Sid. I was just gonna say, there's a lot of characters that you've worked on that we haven't talked about, and I was just trying to find one that was really fun. We mentioned Vampire Princess as just wanting to be in the game, but man, working on her was a blast, and I gotta give you credit, because technically, Sid, you were the one that created that character with one of your OG drawings of, what was the original character, I think, was it? It was like a ghost girl or something, right?
Yeah, it was, so in pre-pro, so everyone knows,
yeah.
I had to go through all my drawings and sketchbooks from my entire life, and so I think that one with Vampire Princess was from when I was like 7, maybe?
Aww.
And yeah, it was a very crude drawing of a girl vampire with a big old cloak, and she had, like, I think bats running, like, flying out of her sleeves. But because in my 7-year-old drawing, I gave her, she had just so much teeth. I kind of kept that because I wanted her to continue to have just too many teeth.
Oh yeah, that's like kind of the point of vampires, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm joking, but I mean, yeah. I just think it's funny because technically speaking, vampires would be way more highly evolved if they just had more teeth to bite people with. I'm just saying, you're right. More teeth equals better vampire.
Well, maybe a vampire werewolf baby would be, you know, the perfect specimen.
Don't give the author of Twilight any more ideas, Sid.
No.
Bad idea. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
We don't need any more glitter bombs in that area, do we?
Yes. No.
Sparkly vampires.
No, I
thank
love
you.
like this resurrection of Twilight. It is sending
Yeah.
me straight back to like 8th grade when all my friends were obsessed with Twilight.
It's definitely surprising, I gotta say. So yeah.
Is it coming back? Do I live under a rock?
I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Yeah.
Walk
What?
into any Hot Topic.
Yes.
All the Twilight merch is back.
You're kidding.
Including merch that I wish they had back when I was, you know... What's the fandom name for someone who loves Twilight?
Twihard?
I don't know. Oh, Twihard! Yeah,
that's
or
what I
Team
heard.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is if you weren't one team or the other, I heard you were just a tryhard. Or a twihard.
Try hard.
Twihard!
Also
sorry,
a tryhard.
Yeah. That
I'm
too.
learning so much. I didn't know this.
So,
yeah, I've seen like Twilight watch parties, and those look fun. You just get all your friends and you watch Twilight and just think about how crazy it is that it's a real thing.
the crazier still is that, you know, a big part of it starts in Arizona and is based off of, like, real places here.
Yeah, I loved in the books too when I can't remember the character name, but Anna Kendrick plays her in the movie.
Yeah.
When she's like, "You're from Arizona? Aren't you supposed to be like tan?" Which is funny to me because most people in Arizona don't actually like going outside because it's too hot.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
We have about 4 months of absolutely beautiful weather.
Yes. And then after that...
100%.
It's a blast furnace. Yeah.
Yeah, after that it's a microwave. You live in
Yeah.
a microwave. Yeah.
It is a microwave.
Yeah.
So a moment ago, you were asking.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you're fine. Go for it.
I was going to say you'd asked what characters we enjoyed working on. I actually was waiting for Unity to open to look at my little collection of characters here. Yeah, my character lineup. Gosh, there's been so many. Like it's been a lot of fun actually. There's one that I think we can talk about. Maybe I'll just say there's a frustrating character. Is that open for conversation?
You can talk about it. Yeah, you can talk about it. It's fine.
All right.
And
I mean,
I would love to talk about it because, dude, you freaking killed it there.
There's
such a cool execution on that idea.
I mean, I remember looking at the concept. So it's I guess just stop me if I'm going too far with anything. But there's going to be a character. We'll just say that. It's a frustration troll, and it's meant to look like a big frustrating scribble. And I got the concept art for this, and it was this character that looks like a big scribble monster, and I'm like, that is such a cool idea. How am I going to make this in 3D? So yeah, I started playing with some stuff, and actually ended up making a shader in Unity that had kind of a flip book to rotate through textures, and I essentially scribbled all over the character, I think 4 times, and then exported those out, and then used that shader to flip through these scribbles. So it looks like the scribbles are just kind of constantly moving. And
Yep.
I still I look at it and I'm like, how did this work? How did we pull this off? So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got any animations for that one yet, have we?
No, we do not.
No.
Yeah.
So I know that's been that's
Are
a little
they-
bit later down the pipeline.
Oh, I know they're rigged.
They are.
Yeah.
They are rigged and good
Yeah,
to go.
yeah.
The main reason the animations aren't completed is because we kind of had to overhaul the fight with that character. So
Right.
yeah, we had it all planned out, and then I mean most of it's still good, but with some of the newer fights we had that we inserted, it was basically like, oh, okay, well, if we do all these really cool other attacks on these other enemies, then we should probably update this boss so they're cooler than just like every other enemy in the game.
Fair,
So
right,
that's
yeah.
really it, is that we prioritized the design of that character before we had like kind of reinvented a little bit of the other characters and how they fought. So based off of those changes, I also wanted to update the big bot, the big bad, the frustration troll.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for them to make an appearance.
Yeah. Same.
And then Fat Bat, we've talked about a little bit. Fat Bat was a lot of fun.
Fat Bat was my favorite one to animate. Too.
Yeah, you should talk about that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you freaking killed it, Sid. That's like honestly one of my favorite characters in the game. And 100% I'm cool with doing a plush of Fat Bat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
I love bringing it as well. I'm gonna throw that in there because it was just a fun character. We need to make a plush out of it.
100%.
Fat Bat.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, then I think the
100%.
consensus is an in. I would like the idea of like the cloud guys or possibly the little pot boys. They're kind of fun. But 100%, the Fat Bat is just basically a plush with wings anyway. So like, why not? You know?
True. Yeah.
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 And with like the way they move and everything. I want to do more animations for them. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
hey,
good with
guess
that.
what? That is like honestly coming up very, very soon.
Sweet.
Yeah, Danny just finished the rig for the little blue meanie guys, but that won't take too long. They're pretty quick. And right after that, after next week, the new Fat Bat, the remaining Fat Bat stuff will be on your plate. Probably followed by the frustration troll. So hey, get ready! You're gonna be doing a lot of animating. Yay!
Oh boy!
Yay.
Yeah, right.
I love the animating part. It's the exporting part.
Yes. Do you want to talk about that a bit? Just because, you know, for anyone at home that's not an animator, people forget that after you do that work, you have to take that work and put it in, you know, the software you're using. And sometimes that's the worst. Also, do you want to see me absolutely annihilate everyone in this room right now?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, I'm gonna try
While
to
you do that, I'll talk about exporting and why it's the worst.
do it.
It is simply because it is a monotonous task. Because you finish your animations and you're like, wow, these look great. And then you have to export, like you have to select all the bones and then all the mouths or the eyes, all that. And then, but the problem is if you miss them, you got to do it all over again.
Yep.
Which has happened to me once where I realized after cutting all the animations up, realizing I didn't select the mouths. So then when I brought them into Unity, Stick, his mouths were just all showing because I did not export the visibility animation on them. So that was the worst.
Lesson learned, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, exporting days are the best when you're not feeling great. So you just go on and
Yeah.
like, all right, here we go.
I gotta just. What's that?
Turn my brain off and I'm just gonna go through 3,000 frames of animation and cut it up and but yeah, it's not all bad because honestly I complain about it, but even exporting is better than like working a job that I don't love. You know, I still love animating and making games and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I can completely agree with that. Like I told Rich this the other day that I've never had so much fun doing something for money. Like honestly, really, for any job I've ever worked. And I come from a construction background. I used to work with concrete in the hot sun in Utah, where in the summer it can get to, you know, 103, 105. And yeah, this is so much better.
Yay! Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to be inside with snacks.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And making cool stuff. Like it's so fun to like make this stuff come to life. Like it's
yeah.
one thing like I'm given a drawing and then I like, you know, make this character, I model it and texture it, and then I, you know, hand it to Danny, and then Danny literally rigs it up, you know, kind of like you would like a marionette puppet. Yeah, it gives it bones inside and then gives it controls so that Sid, you can go and animate it. And I don't know, like watching all this stuff come to life from like a drawing to like this, it's still, I know how it all works, but it still breaks my brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, once you see it, you're just like, that started as a drawing.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Oh, yeah.
There is a doodle in Richard's napkin, let's be real.
Yeah.
Actually, really,
I showed this off last time. Was like, hey, here's these doodles I did on paper, and I took pictures up with my phone to upload
Very
to Discord.
crude drawing, yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm an old man. But I just like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, when it comes to game design, you always like, you want to sketch out your ideas somewhere just to see if they like work. And I always did that for like movies. I'd like, you know, sketch up a storyboard, or I'd sketch up like a camera movement or something. And then when I started doing like VR game design stuff, they highly emphasized like pre-production prototyping just by sketching it out. So I got in a really bad habit of doing that on sticky notes, and then just putting those sticky notes everywhere so I could like connect them. And yeah, I look like that one meme from Always Sunny with Pepe Sylvia, you know, like me and Danny and Brandon have joked about that, but it's true. I've had like just my entire desk filled with sticky notes, and I'm like, oh, if you have breaking the rules here, you could also have the synergy with like special moves here, and then if you like, you know, have this item with that item, it can do this, and yeah, it's just like it's fun, but it's wild that it's generated a lot of just useless pictures of sticky notes.
Too is like also like the process. Oh, good.
Oh, and I was just gonna say, just to comment real quick, Gengar wants to listen to the whole soundtrack. We are gonna be selling the soundtrack once the game is released. So 100%, you can check it out. It'll be a digital download on Steam. We'll also have an art book, so if you want to check out if you want to check out Justin's sweet art, 100% it'll be up there too. And just to go back, yes, the Fat Bat is officially the Blackfield Entertainment mascot now.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
And there is some cool stuff we'll be doing in the high school stuff I'm not talking about yet, but we'll talk about that later. More specifically, let me show you how you can just murder. I mentioned like doodling stuff on those notepads. So let me show you how if you just block enough of these bullets with this sword, you can then just absolutely annihilate all these guys like heckin' fast.
Oof. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I don't even have a core. I'm just gonna den here. And dead. And that's just because... Oh, go ahead.
Trapp's voice, just like I love like her VO, like this.
Same.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get the bigger stuff in there, like the actual like narrative. She really, oh man, her and Brian David Gilbert did such an awesome job, and it fits together really well. Like I'm finally listening to some of the scenes with like everyone, and it's so good. It's so good. I'm curious what people are gonna think about Werewolf Princess though, because it's a funny take. Just imagine if Darth Vader talked like a Valley Girl. That's kind of what we got going on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a perfect description. I love
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear her.
Yeah,
Right.
she did a good job. She did a good job.
I got a question.
There will be a way to win the
sorry.
art book. No, you're fine. Go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, I know we're talking a lot about the Fat Bat, but is
Yeah.
the Fat Bat in the demo? Is that something that people haven't seen yet?
Unfortunately, no. The Fat Bat is not in the demo. Just Vampire Princess. Not that those are related or anything. They're totally related.
They're cousins!
Yeah, let's go with that. They're totally cousins.
Distant
100%.
cousins, something like that. Through blood.
Ha ha. Oh man.
Ready for this?
Trav, I'm gonna murder everyone over here right now. I've gone too powerful.
Do it. Do it.
That sword, man. That sword buffs your strength, and man, when your strength's buffed enough with Traff and you get close with her melee, it's just
Traff
game
is
over.
so beefy.
Yeah.
I love her.
I mean, she's a bit of a glass cannon, but man, if you know how to move with her,
Yeah.
especially hint double jump, because like it lets you just dodge everything in midair. It's just like too powerful. And yeah, this lure enemies thing, it's gonna have a mechanic where you have to get like this mush to do it. But right now it's just you can do it for free because yeah, it's funner to replay those combat that way. Replay the combat that way. Oh jeez, all right, I almost died right there. In just a couple seconds here, actually, guys, I'll show off some of the newer content that I mentioned before. But,
Quick note too. I love the music in this area.
oh yeah.
With the giant like skull and crossbones on the floor, like it just when I first played this, I got so pumped. I'm like, ooh, let's go.
Yeah, right. that is the
This song
plan.
is my favorite. I love
Aw,
Yeah,
thanks.
I
man.
would love more of this style in the game actually. Like this was, yeah, love it.
Is this a good fit? Well,
I think so.
it's funny that you say that, Brandon. We had a very long talk, me and Tristan, a while back, and I decided to kind of expand on the original amount of tracks we were planning, and we're gonna have that track with like the metal and its battle. We're actually gonna have a variation of that in every area of the game. So there's gonna be a version for like the Fuzz Forest, there's gonna be a version for the Candy Swamp, and there's gonna be a version for the castle later on. Not that it's
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I can't wait because oh man, like everyone's been saying, the soundtrack just is awesome, and Tristan has been just crushing it. So, actually, on that note, let me quit real quick. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for just a second. Here we go. but I am going to open up a new special build of the game to show off one of Tristan's new tracks, a new area, and some new mechanics. So I'm going to do that right now.
Is this never before seen content?
It is. This is unseen content. It is fresh for the masses. Also ignore
Seeing it here first.
Yes, yeah, right. I just have to delete this incompatible save. You didn't see that? Not. That's what happened.
The pencil with the eraser.
Yeah, right. Then it's just like zip. Oh, that's
so many subtleties.
That's loud. Hold on.
I love the loudness.
Is it getting quieter, or is it still loud AF?
It's still the same.
Still pretty loud.
For
Okay.
me, it's still the same. Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second here. Is that better?
I mean, it's
Contract
good,
though?
it's just
No.
physically
No?
painful to
Alright.
say.
Let's see here. Is that better?
No.
No.
It's turning down the volume for your Spotify, not the game.
Yes.
Your Windows volume here looks like you're dropping, and we can see your desktop on
Oh, you should.
Steam, but not your desktop. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like you hit the Windows button and that popped up. But...
There we go. There you go.
There you go.
How's that? All right. Yeah, you shouldn't be seeing any of
A
that.
little quieter.
It's
There we go.
doable.
Getting
Alright.
better.
Is that better? Okay, it should be a little less loud as soon as I move over here. I don't know why that one's just
There you
8
go.
billion decibels.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
That
Yeah,
did it.
Here we go.
That did it. Yeah, we're grooving in the chat.
Now it's time to groove. This is no one's heard this track yet because this is the Sugar Swamp, which is not an area that we can normally get to, except in this build. So I'm just gonna walk around a bit and we can groove out to some of the music.
Oh man, I haven't even seen this yet.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh god, let me tell you guys, there's a lot of stuff I haven't shown you because life is so crazy.
This is a sugar swamp, eh? Oh my god, I want chocolate.
Yeah, right? Hold on.
I gotta
let's-
say, okay, so
Ooh,
shout
s'mores
out
sound
to
good.
True, actually. But shout out to Tiff. She's not here, but
Yes, yeah.
Tiff did
Yeah.
all of like the assets for this. Like she built all these pieces,
Mhm.
all the candy and the trees and all of this. Like it looks so good.
Yeah, right?
No pun intended. but
No, not
It,
we got a
I
little
mean,
white.
It's
Yeah, it's
tasty and
super
well done.
sweet.
Yeah. And
Good job, Breakers.
we have something else that Brandon, you worked on a little bit. But real quick, yes, Tiff, if you're watching this, you crushed it. Everything in the game that Tiff has touched, she has put a amazing amount of work into to make sure it looks like perfectly like Justin's concept art, including like these outlined sketch of the lollipops to have like transparencies. Like that is so like just a level of detail that is so hard to do on a 3D object. Yet here we are. They're all 3D and they work. Yeah.
Richard, chat's gonna come over and
You're gonna steal my
raid
build?
your home for the dev.
No, this is
Yeah,
my
for
build! Anyway. Anyway, not to spoil it, but guess whose house this is? I wonder. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah. So shout out to
first time
Brandon.
appearance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to talk about the weird perspective shifts we had to do to get that
Oh,
thing to look
man.
right?
So I'll just also say like everything in like game dev, really any 3D it's all just this illusion. Like
Yes,
I
yes.
mean what we have to do in order to get this camera angle to make everything look correct is everything is actually technically kind of squished and pushed on an angle.
Yeah.
And it's like if you see like our actual level and then turn the camera sideways, it's the weirdest.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
super bizarre
weirdest
looking.
thing. Yeah, and so I was given the drawing of the house over there, and I was kind of working on it, had a lot of fun with it actually, and then we go to like I always like to test things in the game engine just to see how they're looking with everything else, and the perspective just looked really weird. It looked just kind of short and squatty, so I was kind of playing with different things, and then ended up using was a lattice modifier, which basically builds a cage around the whole model,
Yep.
and then you can manipulate it and squish it and kind of make a different angle out of it, if that makes sense. And that kind of opened up, I think, the door on how to like, modify things after that, didn't it, Rich?
It did, like big time. Because of that, it let us like actually get some way more complex geometry to look like it was like a 2D drawing. It was just a massive pain in the butt, and I mean, it created issues too, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, our fun little bottom of the screen issue with dodgeballs it's still a pain in the butt. But it lets us basically pull off the effects we want without having to worry too much about crazy polygon count and design. We can design it in 3D, and then as long as we can slant it and get it kind of in the right area, it'll fit almost guaranteed. Like, this house looks totally three-dimensional, like it's all there, and in reality it is like an oval that's slanted back, you know? Like, you can't see it, but this whole thing, it doesn't look anything like this, like actually an engine. So yeah. Yes, exactly! That's where we got inspired from, actually, was Link's Awakening. To kind of get that look and effect. It's just, as it turns out, doing that is hard. So, yeah! But, yeah, we kind of figured it out and feeling good about it now.
I must say as well, the resurgence of stylized animations is kind of making a comeback, I've noticed.
Yeah!
So, like, the new Mario trailers that just come out, they're all stylized and have like a very distinct animation style, so I think it's gonna be good.
Yep. No, very true, very true. Actually, Gengar, about the giving it to beta testers, that is the plan. No, that is literally the plan, is to get you guys this next build. This is part of the build that's coming out in July. So, yeah. Yeah, don't go with the big hole in the floor! No! Yeah, no, he did. He fell in. But, just to point out some of the new stuff, because, like, there's so much stuff in this build that, you know, there's a reason we were thinking end of June for this build, but now it's July. Is just a ton of polish and new features and to make sure it all works. So the first thing that I can point out is that, look, when characters talk, they get dark now when they're not talking. See Traff back there in the shadow, and now Sticks in the shadow, and Defuzz is highlighted. Look what Autumn got working finally, guys! The dialogue tool works as it's supposed to, yay!
Was it not?
Yeah, it wasn't, actually. It only worked in a few areas of the game. Now it actually works everywhere.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But speaking of, like, new features and stuff, let me get through this dialogue that everyone's already seen. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, Defuzz is just like hanging out down there. So there's a special present here with a whole bunch of items, and then there's these things right here. This is like, that's new. What are those? So, oh yeah, first of all, check out the actual finally fully rendered joystick for the claw game. It actually works, and it looks not like a black box. I know
cool.
No one cares, but I care a lot, because it's been forever.
I care so much.
Yeah, right?
It's just the little touches,
I kind of care about Chaos over there. Is Chaos fully voiced yet?
Well, yes, but it's not hooked up, unfortunately.
Got it.
But I can show it is hooked up, and that's, let's see what happens if you try to hit him. Oh, he's got good moves.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so cute!
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You can't hit that which
said
never
try.
stands still. Yeah.
Super unrealistic Chaos in real life, we get smacked in the face.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dodge and then
boy.
yeah, crawl up your neck and bite you right in the neck. Yeah.
So Chaos, another little thing on Chaos. Chaos was really fun to build too. But
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fun fact is that Chaos was inspired by Danny's actual real ferret pet, Chaos.
Yep.
He is a real creature. We love him, and he is turning 5 this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
What?
Old man Chaos.
Oh man.
How old is that in ferret years?
Ferrets live anywhere between 6 to 10 years.
Yo!
In some cases, I know. Some cases the ferrets can live up to 12 if they're very, very well nourished, very well taken care of. In our case, Chaos eats nothing but exclusive raw meat. That's bison, chicken, no pork, no chicken, just mostly chicken bones. Yes, all mushed up into a giant pot. So he is as healthy as can be. We're hoping he lives forever. So we'll see.
Gotcha. I'm getting out of that area now. Also, quick question. Yes, we fixed the glitch with the claw getting stuck. At least a few of them. The claw, as it turns out, is like nearly impossible to fix. It's not going to be impossible. It's just impossible in a few ways. So it has been fixed, but I don't know if it's been entirely fixed. As in, like, you're still gonna probably find some issues with it. But we're going to be putting the claw into a couple other areas. There's a reason it's like free here. It is going to cost money to use in different areas, and it's going to be like a mini game where you have to kind of like think about the timing as objects move under the claw, like when you have to drop it. And I am like ruining one of the things I wanted to show off, but yeah. Oh yeah, and you can still hit Chaos's brother Calamity. He makes a big tub noise now when you hit him. It just goes thunk, and he just giggles. So yeah, did I interrupt anyone talking about Chaos there? I feel like I did. Danny? do you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go back. Yeah.
That's basically all I have for Chaos. We love him. That's it.
Yeah. Well, no, but the model too. Like, you guys are gonna mention, like, you know, kind of the craziness that went into how you had to stand him up and give him knees and have him be like twice the height and then squash it down because ferrets are weird bipedal, like, you know, rabbit creatures. Like,
yeah. Okay. So two things. I was just actually, somebody messaged me who is watching our stream. And said that it sounds like when you turn down the music, it turned down all of our voices, just not yours.
What?
So.
How about this? Is that better? Hold on. Oh crap! Hold on. Thank you for whoever said that first. Thank you. Give me 1 second.
It was some of my friends and family messaged me, and they're like, we're watching. And by the way, shout out to my family. Thank you all for the support.
Stage and adjust their volume from there.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'm gonna do that too.
Okay, music is lower now, but how are our voices?
Yes.
The voices should be a lot better now, and that's my bad. I did not move a slider back to where it should have been.
And I think we have about a 20-second delay on Steam. So testing. How are our other voices now?
That should be a lot better now. Like, it should be almost as
should I start screaming for test?
Yes. Do it.
Yeah, actually. So I've been watching it, but the audio is here. So yes, go ahead and scream.
Yes. Yes, parry the player.
Continuous
Yeah. Just constantly screaming until people, you know, totally tune into that. We're doing a scream stream, 1 hour of us just screaming. Come on, guys, let's do this. Let's get hyped.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. It also sounds like some of the jobs I used to do. It's like.
Okay,
I'm hearing. Stream was just a metal concert.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. Okay, I'm hearing that we are better now.
Good.
So thank you guys for the feedback. Thank you so much. That really helps.
Oh yeah, well, especially because like a big part of the stream is being able to hear you talk. You know, by the way, I appreciate you guys being here too. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I actually do want to talk a lot about specifically how much of a pain Chaos was. We had like
let's talk about that.
2 or 3 meetings just about how to get Chaos to animate and look real without like not completely breaking the like vibe of the game. Because how do you design a cartoon ferret that's both like anatomically correct and right, and their like legs work right, but also looks like a cartoon? And as it turns out, that's really hard to do.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I think a lot of the trouble is we want the joints to work. We want like the arms and legs to move like they need to, but to still sit like Chaos sits in kind of that squatty, cute little pose. But Danny, with his character rigging magic, has set up a whole system for how we've rigged these characters, and we can talk more about that. But basically, from what I understood, the way I had made the model did not fit his system, and so we had tons of meetings about how to kind of remediate that. And oh wow, like to get, I was like, let's model the legs all tall and then squish them down when we animate them, and like, man, that's a bad idea. It was just so interesting how something so small as the way a character stands and the way their legs need to look or fit can be such a process. I don't know the best words for it, you know? But yeah, Danny, like, tell us more about your side of it.
So
you go for it. I was gonna say specifically the rigging was like a masterpiece, man. I have no idea how you pulled that off.
Yeah, me neither. But the basics of the rig essentially is there is a shared skeleton between all the characters, right? There are some extra useless joints, but that's somewhat by design because every character is going to be every shape and size. So I need to account for the largest size or the most complex character, right? For the most part, every character shares an entire same skeleton, and we have to design the characters to fit that skeleton. So there's certain rules and guidelines that we need to follow. Like every character needs to be in a pose, meaning that their hands need to be 45 degrees down between their hips and out like an airplane, right? T-pose. Anyways, it gets complex, and there's some nuance, and there is some like leeway, but for the most part, that's kind of how it works. It's not a perfect system. It never is. Trust me, it never is. And I work in AAA. It never is.
Yeah.
But you have to make it work for how you're intending to show it, right? If the animations need to have stylized, they need to be stretchy, they need to have facial cards as the animation. There's always going to be some give and take when it comes to auto rigging, because that's just the nature of it.
100%. And the fact that you got the rig to like kind of make his legs squat appropriately in like the neutral pose while still doing the A
that was
pose.
a bit of back and forth.
Yeah,
with Brandon.
Bro, yeah,
right.
hats off, man. That is some impressive work you did. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Well, and on top of that, the Danny and I had worked together on a previous project.
Yeah. Drop it,
we
man.
Went back.
Yeah.
We went back. It was kind of an escape room horror game, puzzle game. I mean, it's also free on Steam. You can get through that in like kind of like half an hour.
And again, the name of the game is called We Went Back.
We Went Back. Yeah.
Totally
Just plug in, it's still getting some traction on some circles.
Oh hell yeah. Markiplier played it. We Went Back.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did Jacksepticeye apparently.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but yeah.
We're famous, guys.
Ish. Yeah. So anyway, the main character, we'll just say in that one, or the antagonist, whatever you call it, had kind of like a reverse knee, like a lot of animals do, and that kind of translated over to chaos, which is why I'm mentioning this whole thing. A lot of animals have what people call a reverse knee, which really is actually just, they still have a regular knee, a regular hip, but that reverse knee is actually their ankle, and from that ankle down is just a really long foot. So if you look at like most mammals have that, and as we all kind of study anatomy working on things like this, trying to get this reverse knee to work with chaos, with the squatty legs, with everything was also another hurdle. But Danny, you just worked your black magic and made it happen.
I hope I did.
So thank you. Like, it turned out so well.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It really did.
The way I see it is
all I know is... Oh, sorry.
No, finish your point.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, all I know is I'm given rigs and I animate them.
Well, I'm glad they're working, but really the way I see it is... they're really just sitting on their tippy toes. Like, effectively, that's kind of what it is, for the most part.
Yeah, really. Yeah, the whole backwards knee thing is really just, I mean, you look at a cat, like at the way they walk, or a dog, the way they walk, that reverse knee thing is just, that's their heel, and then they're working on their tippy toes, and their tippy toes is essentially what evolved into a foot.
Yep.
So, yeah.
100%.
And again, Danny and I have had many conversations about this with our last game and this game about the anatomy of how this stuff moves and works and how I build it. I don't know. I talk to Danny a lot about like when I'm building characters and how the rig's going to work, and then we think about the animation, and it is so funny. There's a lot of jobs where like there's a lot of overlap between other people's positions, but I feel like with games especially, you really have to think about everybody else in the pipeline before and after yourself.
Yes, you do. And it's like the hardest part of game dev, and why like scope creep is such a pain, is because if you're not like fully aware of the workflow that you have, who needs to touch what, it can become very cumbersome to know how much time something takes, because you don't really know, oh hey, we did all this work, cool, but exporting it and getting into the system, that's like another 5 days worth of effort, so the work's done, but now just to actually get it hooked up and working, you haven't accounted for that. And so that knowledge is like almost a necessity, and it's the one thing that a lot of bigger publishers and developers tend to drop the ball on. So it's nice, I gotta say, that you guys worked on that game, because you got to understand the reverse knee thing, and you came into this with an awesome solution that worked like pretty much first try, But it goes to show you that like studying what someone else does in that pipeline, like you said, Brandon, really gives you some like needed perspective on like what the hell is going on, and more specifically what you can do to make it easier for the next person to work on it.
Absolutely true. Like working in any other field, I mean, I've done construction, I've done a bunch of other things, but specifically with game dev, like you really need to be aware of where you fit in the pipeline and how that affects people. And like you said, Richard, like the scope creep, I mean, if you want to make a change, we joke about making changes all the time. And sometimes we do and it happens, but to shift even just a tiny pivot can cost you not just days, but almost weeks or months if you're not careful.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, let's add this. It's like, well, that's fine, but how far back up the pipeline do you have to change something before you can redirect it back down and actually make it happen? It really is a team effort, and I love that. I mean, we are just a very small team, which I'm also very grateful for, because we all work together pretty well, and communication is pretty quick. If we worked in a giant team, making some of the little changes we have here in the past,
it would
take months.
Yeah.
Just, So again, I don't
will
know.
agree
I love
with
this.
that. The smaller the team, the quicker you can iterate, for sure.
Yes, and that's, and to me, iteration is like the secret sauce that makes anything good. You just need enough time to do it. That's it. You just need enough time to iterate it as many times as possible, and zero fear. You know, you need to be able to put something out there and be like, okay, let's figure out how this is entirely awful, and how we can then take it from awful to not awful, and then we'll take it from not awful to kind of good, and then we'll take it from kind of good to good, and then we'll take it from good to better, and then we'll take it from better to, hey, this is really great. So but all of that is an iteration, and all of that takes time. And you know, there's this expectation that you right out of the gate are going to have this great idea that's going to be fantastic on paper, and boom, there it is. And every time, no matter how good it is, it can be better through iteration. It can be better with another review. It can be better with taking some time for someone else to look at it and get another perspective. So I've been trying my best to lean into our strengths, which are that speed to iterate. So we can iterate many, many times when a bigger studio can only do it once or twice. So it lets us get some really cool ideas to a spot where they kind of work and look good and feel good, and where other times it'll just be like, well, this is great except for this one system that no one really cares about because we slapped it in the last second. Looking at you, Monster Hunter, like freaking house dressing in the new one. The newest Monster Hunter game is perfection except for its housing system, which was slapped in at the last second because of their lack of iteration and time. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking about it.
Speaking of scope creep, there's a question in the chat of, is there any plans for something like a gallery mode where if you complete the game, you could perhaps enjoy not just the music, but also the various characters and their animations and poses?
Oh, that is an awesome question. How did I miss that? Yes, we really do want to do that. Like, actually, to show off, this help tab here is very extensive in terms of actually like showing you what the controls are, showing you all the different items and how they work. It's actually very comprehensive. We just haven't pointed a lot of like people towards it yet. And the idea is to make this whole help menu kind of diverse. There's plans to put in some other stuff down here where if you click on enemies, you can then click on like visual guide of enemies and actually see like a little, you know, a version of this that talks about each enemy. So basically, long story short, yes, we are going to be putting in a gallery. However, we do not know the scope of that gallery yet because, unfortunately, that gallery is going to be the thing that we might need to cut to get everything else in and polished and all that stuff. So it won't be cut forever. It'll just be cut for launch. It'll be like, you know, a little bit after the fact. So I can,
wait for the Super Mega Ultra Edition?
Well, more mainly like wait for like a month after launch. It'll be in there for sure. So there might be like a placeholder worst case scenario, but yeah, we're gonna put a gallery in because there's so much fun stuff to look at. Not just the animations, not just the art, everything, you know, from music to like actually seeing the different like attacks that characters have, but in like a way to play it. And I don't think it'll be too hard. We have already messed with like a gallery thing that we actually just got working this week. So there's a good chance we'll have something in there that you can show off some of the characters with. And on that note, actually, I'm going to show off some of the new stuff here. So I've been playing a bit, but I have this inventory, and if you've noticed, we have some new icons up here at the top. The way that works is we can now organize based off of all your items, cores, the different agility items, the different tech items, but also special moves and miscellaneous quest items that we're introducing into the game you just haven't seen yet. The other thing is if you click on a core to equip it, and then you actually go over here, if you look down at the bottom left, it now actually gives you a stat readout of how your stats are going to change when you equip something. So I can equip this bomb core, and my stats will now change to this readout down there accordingly, if it actually lets me equip it. Let me equip that to Traff, because there we go. And same thing with all the other weapons. So basic cardboard tube, you see down here, it's attack +1. If you actually highlight over it, it now shows you exactly the stat differences that it's actually going to do. But that's not the really cool thing. The really cool thing that I want to show off, once I actually get fully geared up here, because I've been playing with like the worst items and somehow not getting my ass entirely destroyed. Let's see here. Where's the bat? Okay, and then pain. All right, so this thing, jobs. Hey, look at that. We got upgrade trees. So we're borrowing a bit from Final Fantasy Tactics. Slash the whole like old Final Fantasy setup where you could basically get a job, you equip that job to your character, and then as you level up, you get these new abilities. So this is a simplified version, and essentially you equip these jobs. So I'm going to give melee trainee to Traff, and then I'm going to give this other one, which is like a ranged trainee, to Stick. These are new. I tested them previously and it was working, but I also tested them and they didn't work. So I'm gonna, so fingers crossed they work right now. But the way they work is that after you equip them, you can then get this list of essentially achievements. So you have to pull these achievements off with these equipped, and if you get all of them, it will unlock a special ability. So equipping a job gives you a little cool special ability that modifies the way you play. These are the most simple jobs. They have rarities. You know, there's common, but there's also like some uncommon ones you can get. So they start getting more and more kind of crazy, like all the way leveled up to like some stuff where you can basically kill bosses in like 2 hits. But I won't get into that yet. So now that these are equipped, I'm going to see if I can actually use them and start leveling up, so I can show off the ability once they are unlocked, if they actually work. But yeah, so that's the way we're going to be handling most upgrades in the game, is a series of a ton of jobs you can equip to different characters, and then that job will have to be unlocked through doing kind of a mini list of achievements, which will give you this cool perk that lets you whoop a butt in some very unique ways. So yeah. A sacrifice to the demo gods. That's true. So the problem with that is that I couldn't find the right things to sacrifice to the demo gods. So I had to just basically go find some like old Nintendo cartridges to smash with the hammer. So that's what we got. So hopefully that works enough for these jobs things to work. Oh man.
Gengar asked, wait, I have to scroll back up.
No, you're good.
Can you make a secret mode where you can unlock full T-pose of every character in battles, dialogue, and overworld?
Oh yeah, that's the gallery mode, right?
Oh,
Well,
is it? I thought it was
I
just like
think Gengar's
having them
referring-
T-pose all the time.
Yeah.
Permanent bug that you activate. I don't know about
Yeah,
that, but
Not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah, it's not a bug, it's a
okay.
feature. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
that's the name
Sorry.
of the toggle. It's not a bug. It's a
Yes.
feature.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
Yes, they are referring to that. So
Maybe on
Gengar,
April
you want
1st
to...
only.
Yes,
That'd be so
actually,
fun.
that would be
That would be awesome.
Uh,
Also showing off our cool rainbow hyper mode now. It looks so much
Oh my
cooler
gosh.
than it used to be. Oh my god.
in hyper mode, but T-pose.
Yeah, right?
Floating around.
You're just like, ah, like just vibing super hard. That'd be hilarious.
I think. You love it.
All right, let's see if that actually worked. It did not. Okay, cool. So those aren't working, but they are working over here. So I'm gonna try one of these. Let's give that to Stick, and let's give Shield Trainee to Stick, and Dance Trainee to Traff. Okay, so now I just gotta equip an AoE item. So let's do that. There we go. And then what else? Use an area ability, land a range attack, while buffed. Okay, so that should be pretty easy. Let's give that a shot. And you'll notice that some of them, like with that Dance Trainee, at the bottom here it says Agility +1. The idea is that if you don't get all of these, so if you get all of these done, it unlocks this cool perk down here at the bottom, Max Volume. But if you just happen to pull this off right away, you also get this little stat adjustment too. So some of the jobs will actually give you some stats that you can use to, like, you know, do some min-maxing if that's your jam. So with this job, it's all about, it's called Dance Trainee, where I'm basically gonna prove my worth as a user of all the dance equipment. So that should have done that one for the agility, but we'll find out. Now I just have to use that ability more, which so far is the right move because I am getting my butt kicked. Ah. Oh jeez. There we go. Oh man. I had to say yo so many times to get all those effects to work. It didn't work, unfortunately. Well, like I said, we're still testing it. It was working fine before, and it's kind of working fine here. I don't know what's up. But yeah, the way it works is essentially you can get these cool new perks, and then they do some really cool effects, like the melee trainee one. It's perfect for Traff, because once you unlock it, you can then regenerate a little bit of your health every time you just melee. So to kind of counterbalance her very low max health, you know, 65 versus Stick's like 100, she's fast, but, you know, when she gets poked, she dies fast. So, hey, give her an ability so every time she's smacking people, she regenerates health. The game has stage fright. That actually could be it. I was talking to the game earlier, like, it's okay. It'll be fine during stream. No one will judge you. No one will make fun of you. And it's like, but I'm scared. What if everyone
I said,
hates
no,
me?
I'm gonna crash.
Yeah, I'm gonna crash like last time. Oh, jeez.
I still can't believe that happened.
Yeah, same. I've taken some steps to hopefully guarantee that won't happen this time.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah. Well, that's actually just about it for the stream, funny enough. So we'll be wrapping up here. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping in. Everyone here on the stage right now, also thank you so much for stopping in.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. I know it was a little bit more chill than last time, but there's nothing wrong with that. I am on a lot of caffeine, but it's not enough to have the kind of vibes we had last time, which I'm pretty sure was very close to that Scream stream joke we just made. So,
Yeah.
Because Danny joined.
Man, I wish I was at the last stream.
It was well, Tristan was there, and it was basically just us making weird ham lore jokes for like 20 minutes. Brandon will attest, but yeah.
Sounds
It's
like
a good time.
my guy.
It was. It does make me feel like we need a ham quest now, so we might be doing that. So yeah. And yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. But yeah, and that's what I mean. If you guys, have any fun ideas too that are based off of this, let's do it. Doesn't have to be ham related. It can be anything related. Like, for example, the Fat Bat being the mascot of Blackfield. I think that's going to happen now. And I think we're going to do the Fat Bat for our plush because, well,
So
that
we
just
have to-
makes sense.
But we
Do I
have
have
to
to
reveal it
redo
with
the
a
logo
very...
again?
Yes. No, you don't. You're fine. Fat
We have
Bat
to
will
reveal
be...
the Fat Bat with gameplay, though. We have to do the whole thing with the plushie.
Yes.
It's gotta be a whole thing.
You know what? Danny, that's a fantastic idea. There's a certain event coming up I haven't talked about in a couple weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, guess what we're going to be showing off then, Danny?
Oh.
Yeah.
That got me excited.
Yeah, I'm pumped too. All right, well, anyway, thank you all for joining. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you all soon. We'll probably do a few more of these, in the future. And yeah, take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon. Enjoy Next Fest, and yeah, we'll talk again later. Later, y'all. Bye.
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 Everybody.
Who's this? Oh, Blackfield.